Here's Zola! And he's got the shot and he scored! Lampard! That could be the championship! He done it! The greatest man to the history of Chelsea Football Club!
Greetings! Welcome back to Couch Critic. Dennis P. sitting here on my couch, musing Chelsea Football Club. Now before we get into the Cardiff City preview, could you please do me a big favor and hit that like button and also that subscribe button. And if you're a real bad man, you'll hit that bell notification button to keep up with the latest and the newest. Okay, let's get right into it. Chelsea versus Cardiff at Stamford Bridge. Cardiff coming into the game winless in 4 with losses against Bournemouth and Arsenal, and scoreless draws against Newcastle and Huddersfield despite being up a man in both games. Now in the games that I did see Cardiff City play against Arsenal and Newcastle, they did play 2 different shapes, one being a 4-3-3 and the other being a flat 4-4-2. Which leads me to believe that they'd rather mirror what their opponent does and negate what they do well, rather than build on their own philosophy. Against Arsenal, they did press high and were effective at it, but I really do believe that that was more down to Arsenal's inability to play out from the back. Now, neither Cech or Sokratis are very comfortable playing out from the back. They were put under immense amount of pressure by Reed and also Harry Arter in that game. Cardiff don't really possess the ability to press well as a unit, so as a result, they use the trap. In this sequence, striker Danny Ward, midfielders Camarasa, and shout out to the Canadian Junior Hoylett are tasked with man marking and negating passing options, while Harry Arter and Bobby Reed aggressively pursue the ball carrier and his only remaining passing option. I'm going to go ahead and name Bobby Reed as their danger man, and while he hasn't scored yet, he does pose a threat to casual defenders with his pace, energy, and also his technique. It's going to be interesting to see who Sarri actually goes with in his starting 11 between Pedro and Willian. For my money, I'd go with Willian in this one, mainly because of the deficiencies I've noticed in Cardiff's team defense. Now, Hoylett, I love you, bro. You're Canadian and all, but like your inability to track runners off the ball make you an exploitable target in this game. I love Willian's ability to slow down the game and then also speed it up in an instant. His ability to play 1-2s and then run off the ball could also be very effective in this game when you consider Junior Hoylett would be on that flank. Love you, bro, but this could be the game for Morata. That Cardiff back 4 is an abomination, and I really don't think I'm using hyperbole when I'm speaking to the likes of Bamba, Morrison, and Manga on the right. Okay, maybe Joe Bennett's alright on the left, but he really doesn't get a whole lot of support out there. And yes, I know that they kept 2 clean sheets out of 4, but let's be honest here, 2 of those clean sheets came against Huddersfield and Newcastle, who both struggled to score and were also down a man in those games as well. Both their center backs aren't very aggressive and also are very slow, so I expect Morata to at least get on the ball and make a difference in the final third this game. The key for me this game is for Chelsea to come out and start quick, especially after the international breaks where teams usually come back and are a little bit sluggish to begin. Chelsea cannot allow Cardiff to be comfortable in their shape in the early goings of this game. And what that means is they have to play at a high tempo and move the ball quickly all over the pitch. I'm really hoping Chelsea look to exploit Harry Arter in that midfield. I really do believe that he's a little bit too overly aggressive in his pursuit of the ball, and if Chelsea find the right angles, triangles to play around him, they can provoke him out of his shape and find gaps in the back to exploit. Now, if Cardiff set up their 4-4-2 and they have Camarasa and Manga on that right flank, I do expect Chelsea to get all sorts of joy on that left flank. Actually, I think both flanks should be easy for Chelsea to exploit so long as they look to play through the defense rather than look for meaningless crosses into the box. And that for me means quick 1-2s, one-touch passes, flicks, all of that stuff. It could be used to exploit those flanks because they don't really defend them very well. I also believe that line-breaking passes into the half spaces could be on as well, and Chelsea should be looking to exploit that at will. Because as I said, Cardiff don't really defend aggressively enough. They will allow you to get on the ball, turn, and get right into the teeth of the defense to build attacks right directly. I'm not convinced there's going to be a lot of space to play balls in over the top, so it's going to be important for the Chelsea striker to be able to hold up the ball and lay it off to a midfielder and build attacks as well. If Chelsea do any of these things effectively, I can't see anything but a Chelsea win. 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0 maybe even. Because I really don't think that Cardiff have the ability to deal with wave after wave of attacks. I'm going to make a prediction and say Chelsea win 3-0 with Hazard, Alonso, and Morata getting on the score sheet. And my other prediction is if Morata is the man of the match, it's because Chelsea have won 4 or 5-0. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap it up there with Chelsea winning convincingly 3-0 at Stamford Bridge. Please do me a favor, hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that bell notification button if you haven't already. And if you are a Toronto Chelsea supporter, please make your way down to Batch, which is located at 75 Victoria Street. That's where we congregate and we're always there. So yeah, come out and support the team. To see you soon. Peace.